Hello everyone and welcome to a new 3D Artcore tutorial, and this time we will learn how to create a bathroom. So this is a request by one of the users who also wanted me to create something else, which at this time I think I will let it go, but at least something that will be useful and easy for you to create, which is bathroom. And in some way I think this is also some kind of a, um, just make some closure for the entire other, home or living room or whatever tutorial or I already made in the past. So kitchen or whatever there was been there. So uh, let's start. And something is wrong with Razor Synapse. I'm not sure why is that there. Okay. So I'm using Maya 2015 for whoever haven't seen my tutorials lately. And this is Service Pack 2. I haven't updated for a while. I'm not sure why, but I guess that's okay for now. Now, one of the first thing that I want you to do is to go over File, Set Project, Project window, create a new project, and type here a bathroom. Okay, so bathroom. I hope I'm spelling it correctly, and it will be stored in Projects folder, Maya Documents, wherever you see this. Click Accept, File, Set Project. And let's take a look, where's the bathroom, and set it. Okay. Now with that done, one more thing, shading, smooth wireframe, please check this on, and go over create polygon primitives, make sure that the interactive creation is checked off. If it's not, just simply click on it and this V sign will be removed from that squarey figure there. So with that set up, we can simply start. So I'm going to create a cube and I'm going to scale this up to about so. And I'm going to move it to the grid, level, something like so. And I'm going to expand it a little bit that way. Okay, you can choose any other shape to do. I'm not sure. I mean, if you need some more space, then be my guest and go on and just resize it to whatever shape you like. Now, the next thing is about creating the bath, which is one of the most important things in this whole thing. So I'm gonna scale this ceiling a little bit up, press F8, and in order to model inside this cube figure, which will act as like the room, I'm gonna switch to the attribute editor. So first select it and expand this button here, and you will have those 5 tabs. So I want you to go over the P-cube shape 1, which is the first polycube here inside this scene. Go over render state and uncheck the double side and check the opposite, which what this will do, it will simply make some kind of a interesting way to look at your inner side of the model. So right now we are taking a look at the inside of our cube here, but whenever we rotate, the camera always react as whatever goes in the back is like a walls, and whatever here is transparent. Okay, so according to this, also the floor or the ceiling, depend on the angle of our camera, will be shown as they are. Okay, now one more thing, I want you to make sure you select this and you go over normals and reverse normals. Okay, press F8 once or twice, and here we have a very simple scenario where we need to maybe check this. Okay, check this off. Okay, so now it's completely without this. I don't know, sometimes it reacts like that. Maybe if I will do that, like I will create this cube without changing those and then reverse the normals and then we'll do this, then it will be good. Anyway, as long that the camera sees whatever goes inside the interior. So now we want to create some kind of a window here. So very simple. I'm gonna shift right click while it's in object mode, insert edge loop tool, Okay, shift, hold on the shift and right click at the same time and just drag your mouse over the insert edge loop tool. I will try the option box of it because maybe I need to reset this. I'm going to reset this and I'm going to add one edge loop here and one edge loop there. Okay, now this will be the width of my window, and after that I will choose the height of it and so on like that. So I'm gonna take this face over here and simply remove it and create a window from it. But okay, so I'm gonna switch to selection tool, right click, choose face, grab this face and simply extrude this a little bit outside. Now this is just in a purpose that we will have you know, a room. Now by default, if you're into creating a home or house or whatever, there is some hierarchy in order to create this. I mean, you would want to have, like, you know, much more thick kind of a walls here and whatever. But because this is only a scene where we only be able to see the, you know, our interior, I'm not really concerned about the thickness of the walls or whatever. But if you're really into create a room in a proper way or a house in a proper way, just take a look on the playlist which called named as well, the foundation of a house. My tutorial of, I don't know, modeling the foundation of a house. I think this is how it's named. Well, I've done it not so long time ago, so I should have remembered what's the name. Anyway, with that done, I'm gonna delete this face here, and first of all, I'm gonna press F8, bring it back to object mode, and I'm gonna check off this so you will be able to see how it looks without this, you know, interesting option here, the opposite, whatever. So this is how our room looks like, and right now it's pretty tiny, so I'm gonna stretch a few of the vertices here. I'm gonna grab those and move them over here. Grab, maybe let's grab those and relocate them over here. So now we have some more space here to create the entire bath. So I'm going to press F8 3 times, bring it back to object mode. I can choose to switch off the double side, and then I will be able to see what's going on inside. But as for most of my tutorials, whenever I don't want to see something, I will open the channel box by clicking this option here. You can see here it says channel box. Select my room, assign it to a new layer by clicking here. Okay, now this, you can double click on it and give it a name, so we can call it the room, okay, or whatever, room, and click save. Now we can turn it off if it's interrupting us with continuing modeling. Now we will create two different type of bathrooms. I mean, shower, you know, the one that hang from the wall and you can stand, and the other one which is a bath basically. So we will start with the bath, which is I think it's much more easier. We're gonna create a sphere for that. Okay, we will start off by creating, well, let's not create a sphere, let's create a cube. I thought of other way to do this, but anyway, let's create a cube, and I'm gonna stretch this, okay, this cube that way, stretch it that way. I'm going to press F to focus on it, so while I'm rotating it will be the center of interest or point of interest. Let's say that this is somewhat, now it's not relatively correct to the room, so it's just for now. As we were modeling, we will be able to model it pretty big, and then we will resize it to the entire other, you know, to the according to the room size. Anyway, we've done this, and what I want to do, I want to right click, choose edge, and basically I want to grab all those edges here, and I'm going to start by trying beveling them. Okay, so shift right click and choose bevel edge. Okay, sorry, bevel edge, and we will have something such as this. Okay, now with that done, we can see that here we have now polycube shape inputs, polybevel and polycube 2. This is the channel box. This is the same area here, which we can expand this polybevel and change the fraction and add more segments to this. Okay, but we can also open the attribute editor while it's in edit mode and simply change the fraction, add more segments, and simply make it a little bit more as a bath should look like. Okay, so let's say that this is pretty satisfying and we are okay with that. We're going to press F8 to bring it back to object mode, and we're going to start handle with some of the things we have here. So first of all, I want to grab this edge, shift this edge, and this edge, and in order to delete them, you want to press shift, right click, and choose delete edge. Now the reason you're doing this, if you haven't really seen any of my tutorials, instead of just pressing delete, what will happen whenever I'm using the shift right click delete edge, this will delete the edges without leave here, it can leave vertices that are unneeded. So in order to remove them, I'm just using this feature and not the delete option by using the keyboard delete button. Anyway, I will maybe try and explain this later on a little bit better. So I'm gonna add some edge loops. I'm gonna add edge loop here. Sorry, no, I'm gonna add edge loop here, and I may want to scale these down. So I'm gonna right click, choose vertices, and bring those vertices downwards a little bit that way. So that way it will be somewhat, better than what it just been. Maybe a little bit up, like so. And I'm gonna right click, choose face, grab this face, delete it. And of course, because we are dealing with normals, so whenever we take a look on a bath, we really care about what goes inside, and of course the outside, but right now at this angle we care about what's going on inside. So we need to reverse the normals. Here they are in gray, here they are in black, and I'm using the viewport 2, and this is why it looks like that. And you need to go over normals, reverse this, and now it will invert itself. Okay, so basically the gray is inside because this is what we care about, and the outside, what we will do, we will grab this edge, click extrude, and simply scale this that way. Okay, now that we're scaling this that way, and we're gonna click extrude once again, we can simply drag this downwards in this way, and now we have a really nice bath. Now I want this to be a little bit on the floor, like the depth of our bath. So I'm going to switch on to Move tool while this edge is still selected. Hold down the V key and simply snap it to the same height. So now they will remain at the same height, and whenever we're going to put a floor here or put this on a floor, we won't be able to see what's going on in there. So that's good. I'm going to press F8. It's very simple design of a bath. Don't expect too much from it. If you're into creating something much more fascinating, please be my guest, add more edge loops, and play with the shape a little bit more. Like this, you can grab this, switch to Move tool, do something such as this. I don't know, whatever fits your needs. I'm always like concerned about these things because many people come and just following the tutorial like this is set stone or something. Please don't be like that. Take the shape and do whatever design you feel like. I mean, most of my design are pretty boring, I must admit, but if you have some touch to this and you want to make it look a little bit better than what it is, then add a little bit more edges, geometry to play with. Now, one more thing, we're going to use this as, I want this to be, smooth preview later on. So we're going to add supporting edge loops in the sharp corners. So what I've done here, I added this edge loop here, and I have this edge here, the blue one. This is the sharp edge, which I mean, and this one here. I'm going to add one next to it here, one next to it here, one next to it over here, and one next to it over here. Now, whenever I'm going to use smooth preview, what will happen with this edge, it will become very smooth. So I want to keep this sharpness. I'm going to add 2 more edge loops above and beneath this edge in order to maintain this sharpness. Now I'm going to press 3 in order to smooth preview this, press F8 to make sure it's in object mode, and this is how our bath will look like. Okay, so that looks fine, and now we're going to focus on creating some kind of a, like a sinkhole, I don't know, just something so the water can be drained, and another hole over here. So let's start with creating the hole over here. I'm going to press 1 to exit smooth preview, okay, and I'm going to add some edge loops here because I really miss some edge loops here. You can see whenever I'm pressing 3, I have this here, this area, which is good for me to create a hole there. But right now, when I'm pressing 1, this is the real coverage of this face. So it's not like that. Now I need to consider this. If I'm gonna create a hole here and I'm gonna use it with smooth preview option, I want to make sure that I have this entire thing here capped in the same size. So I will need to have a little bit more geometry here. I'm going to add one more edge here. Yeah, you see, and what happens, it just jumped over there. So let's do it different. I'm going to press 1 to exit smooth preview, shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm going to, let's grab this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. This will make a nice half cut of this, and then I will be able to shift right click, press F8 to bring it back to object mode, shift right click, offset edge loop tool, relay on the center one, click, hold and drag, and release it whenever you see it's fine. Okay, so say that here, here it's fine, and I'm gonna insert another one. Now pay attention, this is right now it's in non-smooth preview mode. Okay, so what I will do here is I'm going to use this face here to create this hole while it's not in smooth preview mode. So selection tool, right click, choose face. Let's grab this face. Let's poke it, mesh. Let's see if the poke is here. Here we have under the face section, we have poke. I'm going to poke this. And what will happen is that Maya will take this face and simply divide it into 4 faces, triangles. So with that done, we can right-click, choose vertices, grab this vertex here, shift right-click, and chamfer this vertex. Okay, so this is a good start. And right now, we're gonna grab those 4 vertices. Make sure that we don't select anything else beside them. Switch to scale tool and scale them so they will be like an even square. Okay, just like so. You can scale this up. Okay, after you've done this, you're gonna right click, choose edge, grab this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. This will create a half cut like this, and then grab this one and do the same. Control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split, or simply grab this edge and press G. This will automatically will repeat the last function you used inside Maya. So with that done, right click, choose face. Let's grab all those 4 unneeded faces and simply press delete on your keyboard, press 3, and we will have something that looks like that. Now, because this is a bathroom, which is a little bit more designed, somewhat more designed, you can keep it as squarey as for your taste. I mean, still, it should have some unique design. But if you don't like this, again, you can grab those 4 vertices here, switch to scale tool, and scale them up or down, sorry, like so. Press 3. Make sure that this is somewhat look like a circle. Now, right now it's not looking like a circle. I'm going to grab all of them and simply scale this to look like a circle, a nice circle. And when it's done, I'm going to press, 1 again to exit Smooth Preview. Right click, choose edge, double click on this edge, click on this. Now, we want this to peek out just a little bit. Well, maybe not. You know what? We don't want this to peek out because the water otherwise won't drain. So we're going to do something such as this, a little bit extrusion, then click once again, a little bit more extrusion. Okay. Now, I'm going to focus on this so you will be able to see what I'm doing. Now that I've extruded twice, I'm going to extrude it once more, and I will switch to Move Tool and extrude it downwards, just a little bit, you see, just a little bit. Extrude it once more, and then switch to Move Tool, and again, extrude it just a little bit. Again, one more extrusion, switch to Move Tool, and just a little bit more downwards. Now the reason I'm doing this is because at the same time, while I'm extruding one more time and again, I'm basically creating supporting edge loops to maintain this area sharp. So as we did with this line here, okay, by adding 2 more edges, this is exactly what I'm doing here in order to create some kind of a, a form that will maintain this sharp. So if I press 3, you can see right now that this area is sharp. Again, I'm going to extrude this once more, and let's count this, just so we will be on the safe side. Here, this is the sharp edge, and this one is supporting this one, and this one supporting this one. Now this one supporting this one, and now we will create a secondary extrusion that will basically we won't move it down, we simply close it in that way. And that edge right now will support the same one down there, okay? It's a little bit hard for me to see. This one will support this one here, and this one also support this one. Again, I'm going to extrude it, and now this one basically supporting this one, but at the same time, we need someone to support the other edge. And I will show you, just going to extrude this again and upwards, okay? And we're missing one edge here, okay? So I'm going to add this edge simply by coming over here, press F8, shift right click, insert edge loop. Okay, it's either you do this that way, but I just find it by extruding this. You see now this brown one supporting this supporting this as well. So for each sharp corner we want to have, we need 2, and that's it. This is pretty much the logic behind this. I'm gonna grab this edge that I wanted to continue with, so double click on it. I'm gonna extrude. I'm gonna press F, focus. Bring this almost to the same height, and then extrude it once more. Hold down the V key. We'll try to snap it to the same height, okay, of the other, and then extrude it once more. Move it inside like so. You will be able to see it just afterwards to exactly understand what I've done here. Right now, let's just extrude this once more. I have a phone, and right now I won't answer this, but I will hold on the V key, snap this downwards, and extrude it once more. And press F8. So with that done, I'm going to wrap this part of the tutorial, so we will be able to continue at the next part. I'm going to choose File, Save Scene, As, and bath 1, okay, whatever, bath, save as. Please do this as well, and just to make sure that you understand what's done here, now that I'm pressing 3, we will have this kind of a area where this drain hole is assembled to, okay? Something to look like it's more realistic. Anyway, that done, we will continue with the entire thing here later, and we will create same thing over here, but we will probably take this and copy this entire geometry and somehow assemble it over here. So thank you for watching, and see you soon at the next part. Bye bye.